I would like to tell you a little tale. It's about a little girl, named Little Red Riding Hood, and her grandmother. You see, her grandmother was taking strain from being eaten by a wolf every time anyone told her story. Little Red Riding Hood was very sad about the effect that the wolves were having on her grandmother. Granny was just not the same person anymore. All this getting eaten up by wolves meant she had no time left to read to her, and she was starting to turn into a tired, depressed soul. And she never even got out of her pajamas anymore, or made her bed, that the wolf kept hiding in. The little girl considered all this as she walked through the forest, back to her own home. Suddenly, she stumbled upon a pond, with a bookshelf in the middle of it. There was a beautiful gift on the bookshelf. Instructions on the edge of the pond read, "He who can fetch this gift of a book, and uses it, shall become invincible." Well, she didn't know what a book was, as she lived in the digital age. But she certainly knew her granny needed to become invincible. She wondered why nobody had seen the gift, or the message, and grabbed it. As she looked around, she noticed that everyone, including all the forest animals, were too busy on their cell phones to have noticed this gem. So she waded through the pond and collected the book gift carefully. Being frightened of the gift, she ran as fast as her little legs could carry her. Dropped the gift at Granny's doorstep, as she yelled to Granny that there was a gift for her at her door. Then she ran as fast as she could back home. Unfortunately, another COVID lockdown hit Red Riding Hood's town, and it was many months before she could visit Granny again. But when she finally did, what a surprise she was met with. All the forest wolves had lined up outside Granny's door, looking sorry for themselves. As they passed the door, they dropped their coins into a pot at Granny's doorstep. Gingerly, the little girl stepped past them, and got the shock of her life as she stepped inside. The kitchen was tidy and clean. The lounge was tidy. Granny's bed was made. And there was no wolf lying in the bed, having swallowed Granny like the old days. In fact, the biggest shock came when she found Granny at the dining room table playing on Instagram. Full dressed. Granny laughed as she took her granddaughter aside and told her how she had unwrapped the gift from her many months ago. And it had miraculously turned into a library of treasure that she devoured for the months to come. That gift had saved her life. You see, Mom, dads and children, that gift gave Granny new insight into time management, goal setting, and personal productivity. It had taught her how to overcome the obstacles in her life, the hungry wolves, and begin to dominate and rule over her own day. Oh, what magnificent books she found in her new library. 2021 was becoming her year to conquer her journey in life and find a way to stand tall and achieve all she had ever dreamed of. These books had helped her with 3 resources on goal setting, as well as resource on helping her get her home and family organized. While it gave her insight on how to improve her personal development too. This was to become Granny's year of success. And it had cost Red Riding Hood very little to get the books for Granny. An even more exciting thing was that, had Granny not liked the books, she could have sent them back for a full refund in the first 30 days of getting them. But the book set proved to be so valuable at Granny conquering her fears and overcoming her wolf obstacles, that there was no way she would ever part with those books again. In fact, last we heard, Granny's life had improved so much that she could take time off to travel around the world. She even took Red Riding Hood on a few trips to thank her. If you have wolves that plague your life, or you are tired of being tied to your procrastination, perhaps not knowing how to get your life kick-started in 2021, why not click on the button below to access your gift that will skyrocket your 2021? A gift that will keep on giving as it miraculously expands into a library that is easily accessed. Go on. Get your life back on a new track to productivity, with clear direction and a new vision. Why not set yourself up for success today? And at a fraction of the cost it would normally cost you. Make time work in your favor this year. Click on the link below to access your special deal today.